Despite record numbers of women running in the last election, they are still wildly underrepresented in Congress, but perhaps not for much longer, thanks to the launch of a new group. And joining us to tell us about Matriarch, Nomi.
Hi, John.
Welcome back.
Thank you. It's so different, but so familiar.
Yeah, I had assumed that you had been in studio before. You've Skyped into the show many times, but obviously you're not from these parts.
Right.
But I don't think that there could be a better topic for you to join us in studio to talk about. Tell us about the launch of this group.
So this is extremely exciting because we have, there's a group of over 36 women who have come together, progressive leaders. Some are in office, some have run for office, some have lost.
A lot of experience.
A lot of experience, activists, union organizers, people who know what it's like on the ground in their communities across the country. It's geographically diverse, diversity of thought, of experience. And we came together because there was a space, there was a void in the ecosystem of the Democratic side of politics in supporting working class women. We've seen a record number, as you said, of women run for office in the last few years. We had another year of the woman in 2016, but the reality is just under 25% of Congress is made up of women.
That's crazy.
And like of that, how many are progressive? And of that, how many are people of color? So
several.
Yeah,
but that's it.
Like under a handful.
Yes.
But you also see the power of the squad. The squad is, they're not the first progressive women to be elected, but they were elected, very young, no corporate money, didn't have to go through the pipelines of Democratic power that so many have had to do or take on to win, although some did take them on. And it gave, I think, a lot of women hope that they could do it too. And so this year we see so many working class women running that are progressive across the country, but they need some help. And
helping with organizing, fundraising, those sorts of things. So this group is going to help bring all of this experience that its board has, which is, like collectively hundreds of years of electoral experience, and provide that to women who might be running for the first time or maybe the second time, don't necessarily have connections to some of these like establishment DNC organizations and things like that.
And there's something to be said about running on a progressive agenda and dealing with the issues on a day-to-day basis that most Americans are dealing with. When you go into Congress and you've dealt with student loan debt and you've dealt with not having access to health care and you've dealt with the criminal justice system, you go in there with a different type of energy. You're not only representing your community in Congress, but you're bringing a voice that literally hundreds of thousands of people in your district do not have. So it's more powerful. We think it's more electable when working women run on a progressive platform, but it doesn't serve in the establishment's interests to support women who come from a working class background, who fight for economic justice, and who, of course, don't take corporate money. So we
is that a requirement, by the way?
Yes, to not take
corporate money. Are there any other? Because I know groups like Justice Democrats have a couple of stipulations. So what are some of the requirements for people to sort of receive the endorsement of Matriarch?
So first requirement is you have to be nominated, and you go to the website. Right now, we're only taking congressional nominations. Hopefully someday we can grow outwards, but little by little. So you go to matriarchpac.com and you can nominate someone who is running for Congress right now until December 1st.
And our audience can do that today if they want to.
Today, yes.
Okay.
And we've gotten so many nominations.
I had read 1,500, but that was a while ago.
It's a little, there's a lot of duplicates, which is amazing that there are women who are being nominated by dozens and dozens of people in their community, and it's encouraging, and we pay attention to that. Then we send out a questionnaire, and the questionnaire is basically our progressive platform. Stipulation definitely, corporate money is a no-no. Would you support the Green New Deal? Would you fight for criminal justice reform? Would you fight for restorative justice? Would you, are you Medicare for all? It's the mainline progressive platform, but one thing that we have to keep in mind here is we're also taking into consideration, do you have access to wealth? Are you independently wealthy? Because the factor that the establishment looks at when they're deciding, shocker, should I support this person is, can this person raise $250,000, $300,000 in a couple of months? Because it's a return on investment for them. They want to make sure that their funds are not depleted, that their staff is paid for, that their consultants are paid, and we just don't think that's fair because most working class people don't have access to that kind of wealth. The first thing that they tell you when you go to these trainings is go through your Rolodex and ask everybody for money. Well, that might last like a couple days at most. Even I ran for office and I've been in the industry for a while and I couldn't do that. I had to to go on shows like TYT. I had to go on shows, like The Hill. Like all these shows are giving a voice to progressives that they didn't have before, so that you can receive small dollar donations. And there aren't many PACs, there aren't many organizations out there that support that. We not only want to help financially, but we want to help with some of the legwork, the advisory roles. For the press, candidates won't get press attention until they've raised a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
But you need that press attention to raise the money.
Yeah.
So we want to help fill that void and give these candidates a platform so that they can not only run and win, but if they don't win the first time, that's okay.
Yeah, they're still getting experience.
Not only are they getting experience, they're sharing a progressive platform in their communities that the Democratic Party has frankly ignored for 25 years. So it takes the average woman 3-4 times to run and win.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen overnight. But we have to think smarter about how we support candidates. We believe that these women are more electable. They know the issues that most Americans are facing, and of course, they have the courage when they go to Congress. So
if someone's watching and they want to either help support a particular candidate or support the group itself, what can they do?
So right now, we are combing through these nominations very quickly until December 1st, and then we will be unveiling our first slate of candidates. We're hoping to scale out as the primary cycle goes on. Every state has a different primary date, so we're probably going to be prioritizing people who have earlier primaries or need a little bit more help in the beginning than others. But go to matriarchpac.com and you can contribute there. The more money we raise, the more candidates we can help.
Yeah.
The more people we can have on our team who are there to assist candidates. Because it's not just about supporting the candidates financially, there's other stuff that they need. Not every campaign can hire a press team. Not every campaign can hire a policy advisor. It is really these organizations out there that help do a lot of that legwork, and we need to build that progressive ecosystem the way that the DCCC and other large groups do, that take corporate money.
Yeah, matriarchpac.com.
Matriarchpac.com.
Awesome, Nomi, it's great to have you out here.
Thank you so much.
Anytime you can come out, we'd love to have you on the show.
Thank you.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.